Hi, my name is Jasmine Robs, and I'll be doing a media organization speech on Elizabeth Cole Marshall and the Visiting Nurses Association. Elizabeth Cole Marshall was born in Buffalo, New York to Aratus Holmes and Millicent Marshall. Elizabeth fractured her leg as a child, which caused her to need around-the-clock care. Her father owned a law firm and was financially stable enough to provide Elizabeth with an in-home care nurse. The decision of her father would change her world forever. She grew a respect and care for the women taking care of her while she was immobilized. This is just a photo of Elizabeth Cole Marshall and the organization that she founded in 1885. Elizabeth was also a Sunday school teacher at the Presbyterian Church in Buffalo, New York. As Elizabeth was cared for, she began to have a passion for the two nurses who had written novels, one by the name of Clara Barton, who illustrated Angel of the Battlefield, and she also founded the Red Cross in 1881 as she worked throughout the Civil War. The second nurse illustrated Lady of the Lamp, written by Florence Nightingale. She also founded the first nursing school in London in the 1860s. Elizabeth believed in the Christian way of helping the sick and poor. Even though she was privileged and could have been just living the pampered life, she wanted to give back to her community. It grew clear to her that the need of in-home nursing should be available for all regardless of their ability to pay. Her father, who was the lawyer, has also founded the Buffalo Seminary. And the Buffalo Seminary is an all-girls school with a variety of opportunities for young women currently to this day. This is a Christian private school. Miss Marshall began to collect donations from the Sunday school where she had taught Christian religion to the youth, with the hopes her vision dedicated to the concept of caring for all would be seen and heard. Eventually, she asked her church home for monetary support to hire her first nurse to be a part of her organization. The nurse's name was Mary Taylor. She had just graduated from the Buffalo General Nursing School. Thus began the practice of nurses visiting homes to provide care. In 1885, when Miss Marshall founded the VNA, this was the first of its kind in America. Within that time, and to now, VNA has migrated across the country very quickly. Today, there are over 500 visiting nurses associations that employ more than 90,000 clinicians. They provide more than 4 million people each year with a critical safety net, enabling patients to live independently at home. And they provide medication distribution to clients with constant visits as well as medical supplies to care for each patient directly. They have several teams organized in one organization to keep a flow of all types of medical needs. And I just want to elaborate a little bit on that. In the VNA, you have different teams. And when I say that, you may have a team that's IV only. And the IV team would be the team to go out and insert IVs for infectious diseases that need to be processed with antibiotics. And then you have your wound care team that will go out and handle wound care and infections in the wounds and making sure the clients know how to properly manage and clean the wound so it prevents infection. And those are just two that I wanted to elaborate on, but there's many other teams inside of the organization that care for each patient's direct needs. And they provide the clients with the proper methods to self-care for wounds or infections being treated. So not only do they go out and provide this care, but they also teach the clients how to do it themselves so that it minimizes the amount of visits that they need to come out, because they're expecting that with in-home care, you're taking care of yourself as well. Even though Elizabeth Marshall was considered rich and well off, she made a difference to the economy by not being selfish and putting others first. With this type of leadership, her dream grew and blossomed right here in Western New York. This just so happens to be my best friend, who is a nursing supervisor currently at Visiting Nurses Association. I've watched Tiffany personally grow within the VNA. The amount of undivided support she receives from this organization has inspired her to continue ongoing education and to be the best she can with the mission Ms. Marshall wanted everyone to value while working for her organization. Tiffany is a shining star of what Elizabeth envisioned her program and organization to be. I'm glad to know her and see her accomplishments while being the backbone for our elderly, sick, and disabled, and that is Tiffany. Due to this organization during our current pandemic, patients are still able to receive care in their homes. Not only is VNA full of essential workers, but they are still dedicated, currently with caring for others. They still provide services to those who have tested positive for COVID-19. Team members have also been dedicated to working from home to minimize the risk and even possible contamination and spread, constantly putting themselves at risk. Ms. Marshall would be proud if she could live to see how this organization has grown. Let's remember all the great work our nonprofit organizations do. Elizabeth Marshall was inducted into the Western New York's Women's Hall of Fame and honored as the creator of the in-home health industry, and that happened in 2005. She passed away March 1st, 1982, and she was only 45 years old. She is buried at Forest Lawn Cemetery right here in the heart of Buffalo. She was never married, nor did she have children. All she had was a vision and a dream that came true. If you would like to read more about Elizabeth Cole Marshall and what she has done for Western New York, click the links below. I hope everyone is enlightened and has enjoyed this presentation. Let's make a difference. Change the world one person at a time. The end.